Hey, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Iceman Guru, aka Dr. J, aka Mr. 7 Days a Week, aka Mr. Accountability, and that's it. Alright, man. Once again, we back at it on the High Frequency Only channel. You know, hey, we feeling good, looking good, you know what I mean? Smelling good, all that good stuff. Alright. So let's get into it. Today's video. Double standards exist. You just got to get over it, bro. Double standards exist. You just got to get over it, man. Like, whether fortunately or unfortunately in our society, double standards, they're here to stay. I don't see them going anywhere. They've been here for as long as I've been born, and probably going to be here well after I'm gone. Okay? So, simply double standards are what one group of people can do, the other can't. Okay, these exist in a myriad of ways. Perfect example is the N word. Okay, black people can say it, other groups can't. Even though that is starting to kind of wane a little bit because you have Hispanics, you have Europeans saying it. Even though, in my opinion, Hispanics, their culture is a lot of times so intertwined with black culture that that always has been acceptable. But since rap music uses the N word so much, that we've kind of, those lines are kind of muddied a little bit, but that's still a double standard. Okay, so it's still to get you knocked out if you say it around the wrong person. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so it exists. It's a double standard, and in my opinion, black people have the right to use the word for as long as they can because a lot of people have died over that word. So if they want to use it, they can use it. Now, my other opinion is the fact that I just don't think it's beneficial to us or as a culture. I actually did a podcast episode on that word. Please go check out the Hold the Ice podcast featuring your boy, the one and only Iceman Guru. Okay? Please go check that out at Hold the Ice podcast. You can just watch it on Google, iHeartRadio, Apple. Okay? But back to the subject at hand. The message is perfected. Y'all don't want that. All right. But a lot of times when we talk about double standards, we're talking about double standards that exist amongst genders. Okay, we really don't get into the whole cultural thing, even though we know that exists. But a lot of that, no one really pays attention to. But we definitely pay attention to what women can do versus what men can do. Okay, so a lot of times this is what we see the uproar. This is what we see when women fight for certain rights or certain things. Sometimes, yes, it is rights and freedoms included, but sometimes the double standards can kind of get wedged in there that women are kind of fighting for, the right to almost be looked at as men, and that's just not ever going to happen. I already did a video on the fact that equality doesn't exist. It's a myth. Okay? Equity is what we should be fighting for. But men and women weren't created the same, nor are we going to be socially the same. Okay? So let's just be honest. Do men complain about women getting in the club for free? Now, some suckers may be upset about that. Okay? But the real ballers and alphas, they cool with it. They get money. They going to go up in the club because they probably get in the head of the line anyway. And they gonna buy women drinks or what have you. That's just the reality. Okay, dudes don't typically complain about double standards. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, when it comes to men, yes, men, we can be very sexually active and still get the baddest chick. It is what it is. Okay, because one thing with double standards that's around gender, we got to understand this. Typically and historically, in our society, and particularly in the United States of America, we're talking about men who hold power, resources, and a lot of times that is through politics, okay? And women hold access to sex, okay, loyalty, and the fidelity. Okay, having a low body count. Okay, so that's just always what it is. So the double standards are created around those power dynamics, and it's just always been that case. Women go after rich, successful men. Sometimes that's attractive, sometimes it's not. It just depends on the woman. Okay? Because they want to be connected to status, power, and wealth. They want their lifestyle to be changed. So with that comes certain things. With that, a man has options. So a man has every possibility to have multiple women. And this is what it is. And ladies, no, I'm sorry. If we know or get a whiff or a hint or know that you've been with what we deem too many dudes, we don't want you. We don't want to wife you. Now, we might bust you down, but we're definitely not wifing you. Double standard. It exists. Get over it. Okay? It just is what it is. Okay? And work situations. Well, yes, a lot of times people view a male boss versus a woman boss differently. Women are considered to be emotional. Men are considered to be more stern. Now, some of this does has biological ramifications. Some of it's social. Where they start, where they end, who knows? That debate will continue forever. But what we do know is this. Typically, more women are on more of the emotional end, and more men are more of the closed off that outcomes. So double standards exist around our personalities, around our temperament, about how we react as men and women. It's not fair that men, when they break up with a woman in a marriage situation, or sometimes even in just a committed relationships, that they lose the children, they lose the home. Double standards. Now, that has more of a moral tinge to it versus just being a double standard, but it still exists that men get treated differently in those situations versus women. I mentioned this in the last video. Well, when it comes to men, you see way more homeless dudes on the streets than you will see female. We have a soft spot for women and children, and we should. But don't get mad at the man because he works hard, and most men do work hard to get the benefits, reap the rewards. You can't get mad at men for wanting to exercise options. If women are not going to work as hard as men, then you don't reap the rewards. On average, in a week, women work less than men. This is data. Okay? Look it up. So they get to reap the rewards. So double standards exist, man. You know, and now we can argue whether or not they should. We can argue what the genesis of them are. I mean, we can do all that. But unless we are willing to change certain systems and dynamics socially, they're going to be here to stay. So we might as well take advantage of the things that benefit us and just understand. For example, let me give you this. So what we as people, a lot of times, typically, and particularly when we talk about a work situation, a employer wants to capitalize on your strengths, and he wants to develop your weaknesses. He wants you to get better on the things that you feel like you need to get better at. That's the same thing with double standards. Okay, those things that you have of your advantage, hey, use them to the utmost. And those things that's not, hey, see where I can kind of, I don't want to say manipulate, but adapt, evolve the things that don't work in our favor. It's called life. Some things just not fair. Just get through telling some students this the other day. Some things are just not fair. Either you can complain, you can try to change it, or you just have to let it go. You can't fight every battle. Those are your only options. Alright, that's your video for today, man. Please subscribe, like, comment, hit that bell, share the video, man. Let's get our subs up, man. Okay? As always, I'm you are me, love, always love, eternal, and we out this thing. Peace.